Alright guys, welcome back to another week of the Scottish Football Recap Show. Just got done watching Dundee United draw with St Johnstone by 2 goals each, and I
That's
don't
why
know,
we're late.
that's why we're late, yeah. So if you're wondering why it came out on a Tuesday, it's not because we couldn't be arsed making it on Monday or Sunday, it's because we had to wait till all the games were finished. So unlike last week, I didn't actually get to see all the games. Only seen both Rangers, Aberdeen, and Hibs Celtic in full, and then I seen most of the Dundee United game tonight. The other games didn't even get to see the highlights, but we'll talk about them more in a minute. Well, I got to see the goals. We've seen the goals, so
We're
you know
not
what I mean.
being rude to the rest of the league here, but the whole talking point is Aberdeen, Rangers, Celtic, Dubai, and the Hibs Celtic game.
And Shankland scoring a screamer, so
Yeah,
I mean
I mean,
that's all you really
no
need to.
one gives a fuck about the other games. That's the truth.
I couldn't tell you what the other games were. Apologies, like if you
Well, I know what they were like, but
I don't. Yeah, I guess first we'll talk about the major talking point this week, and that is the whole Dubai situation.
which was a total disaster in itself. Julian returning a positive COVID test, and 13 players. Neil Lennon, John Kennedy, and some other fucking jobber with no name.
Like, why were they even there in the first place? It's not like their performances have warranted a trip to Dubai. And what's the point of traveling to Dubai for a week, traveling to a hot country when you play in a pish cold country
I know, I don't get that.
for preparation? Just
But
doesn't make any.
that could be why Rangers have
I
went to
mean,
shit the last couple of
I think it'd
seasons.
be different if you're trying to get prepared for like a World Cup that's been held in fucking some warm country. You know what I mean? In the summer, or we'll go to Dubai for a week here to try and. But I
I mean,
mean,
you could maybe spin it like, all right, this will prepare us for
you know,
the
but
European games that are
should
in
should
warmer
Celtic really
climate.
been looking for a week off? They're doing absolute shite.
They should have been looking for.
They could have refunded. See the money I spent. They could have refunded the season ticket holders that haven't even got to see a game.
No, what they could have done. They could have fucking.
Like Dubai, or no Dubai 10 did. Let's
Aye,
talk
but
about the game
I know. Hold on. No, they should have did. Not go to Dubai, and they could have played one of their games in hand in
and drop
between.
points anyway. So
I know, but right, realistically, right, they should have played one of their games in hand in here. They didn't. Why is Julian going to Dubai when he's injured? If it's a training camp,
why is Shane Duffy starting against Hibs when he was ineligible?
and that's exactly. He flew back a commercial
Now,
flight.
if
It's a fucking
a
shit show.
conspiracy theorist would turn around and say that Celtic purposely played Shane Duffy to try and get the Hibs players infected with COVID-19, to try and get the whole league taken down, to try and get it forfeited, so Rangers don't win title 55.
No,
Now, is there
right.
any truth to that, or
I think there could be truth to that, right? But I think it would be a fucking disgrace because the amount of breaches that Celtic have done over the last week, and even just the season in general.
yeah, start as well with Aberdeen? There was
Yeah, and
shite.
then
Bognelli or whatever he's
I
called, the
Bologna.
Bologna, fucking spaghetti bolognese. I'd rather play to that than what Celtic's serving at the moment. But anyway, the game against Hibs drew 1-1. Very biased commentary, making it as if Celtic had dominated the game. I mean, all they did was force a couple of long saves of Matt Macy, which were decent saves, you know what I mean? Don't get me
Yep.
wrong, but there were saves that you'd always expect a keeper to make. And sometimes long distance saves, if you save a shot from long distance, sometimes it looks good,
Aye, but in
but it's not
reality, it's
actually a
not.
fantastic save, if you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's all Celtic really did. Turnbull got a free kick late on, and he scored it. It was a good goal. Not going to deny it. Not going to lie. But I mean, I thought Hibs were far superior in this match, especially second
But at the
half.
same
Celtic.
time, I thought they were shit. They should have took them to the slaughter.
Now Celtic did have a weakened team, but the Celtic team wasn't awful. Like it
Nine of
wasn't.
them played in the cup final.
It's not like this team was. It was not like Aston Villa against Liverpool last week in the cup, where literally, they're playing with like a third, fourth string team. A lot of these players do get in the Celtic starting
I know
11.
that's 9 of them played in the cup
So
final.
so it
If
wasn't
9
as
you
if
get in a cup final, then
I don't think you can really use that as much an excuse. But anyway, like Celtic did take the lead. Good free kick for Turnbull. Hibs finally got a goal in the last couple of minutes.
Nesbitt.
I mean, Hibs' attacking play was pretty good throughout the match, but it was like the final ball, the final end product was non-existent. But anyway, Nesbitt finally did get a goal, and it ended 1-1. So you know what? Not good for Celtic. They really, really needed to get the win because the previous day Rangers extended their lead at the top with a 2-1 win over Aberdeen. Morelos back to his best, it would appear, with two goals
Alfie.
against the Sheep. And Sheep down to 10 men. Terrible challenge from Curtis Main. But he wasn't the man to get sent off, though. Arguably, he should have been. It was, in fact,
Hedges.
Ryan Hedges that seen red.
So I think no matter what way you look at this, if oh well, you don't think Hedges should have been sent off. Well, Maine didn't, so I think it cancelled itself out.
Yep. So, yeah, we're getting the second half. The game, Rangers man advantage 2-0 up. You'd think the game would be buried, but for some reason, it,
There's
to
still,
me, it always looked like Aberdeen were more likely to get something at the game than Rangers get a third. For some reason, I don't think Rangers were good at all in the second half.
and I, what's the get with the fullbacks?
Fullbacks bombing forward when you've got a 2-0 lead against 10 men. That led to Aberdeen getting one back.
Because seeing that situation, Aberdeen are always going to have the 10 behind the ball.
Yep.
They're always going to be breaking though.
But fair play to McGuinness. I felt like he actually went for it rather than just went, you know what, we're within the 10 men, we're at home, we don't want to get embarrassed, damage limitations, settle for the 2-0. I feel like he actually went for it, and he could have got opened up, but he didn't. So, Rangers win 2-1, and it's performances like this that win the league.
Yep, can't argue with that. 21 points clear.
And it's looking like it's obviously Celtic have 3 games in hand, but I mean, I just don't see them catching them.
One of them's against Levy.
Up next tonight with Dundee United taking on St Johnstone at home, a game that was supposed to happen Saturday, but it got postponed. Not much to tell you apart from an absolute screamer for Shankland, 53 yards out, and he got the equaliser that got his team a point in this one. So at Tannadice,
Don't know why they were 3-1
the points are shared. I don't know either.
at home.
Points are shared between Dundee United and St Johnstone, and the other results in the league.
Livingston beat Ross County 3-1 to make it 8 wins in a row.
Livingston on such a roll at
And
the moment.
who does Celtic play back to back?
Levy. So, I mean,
I'll be shocked if they take 6 points, especially with a weakened team.
I could see one of them taking 6 points, but I still think it'll be fucking Celtic. The other games across the.
I know, but 10 in a row doesn't seem a gimmick this year. Tar
Yep.
missed his penalty to make it 10 in a row.
The other games against
Kelly beat Hamilton 2-0.
Alex Dyer saving his job for another week.
I hope Hamilton go down. And St Mirren drew 1 each with Motherwell. There was a shit penalty given in this game. Never should have been given. And St Mirren, who looked pretty decent, have crumbled. Motherwell, new manager, 1 each. Will he take it? Probably.
And that means for the league table. So that leaves the league table looking like this. Rangers currently top with 21 points in front, albeit played 3 games more than Celtic. But realistically, I can't see Celtic winning those 3 games in hand. But even, let's say for argument's sake that they do, I mean, the points going to be 12 points.
No.
There's still 2 Old Firm games to go. I mean, if Celtic win them, it's down to 6. But the Rangers really look like dropping 6 points.
No, you've got to do the math. Rangers have already been to Batodry twice.
Yeah. I think even if Celtic win the last 18 games, I still think Rangers will win the league.
And they're not going to.
I just don't see Rangers dropping 6 points out. Even if they drop 6 points, take away the 6 points that they need to drop in the Old Firm games. I don't see them dropping 6 points outside the Old Firm games.
I mean, Celtic have got Easter Road again. I mean, they could have it twice.
Yeah.
They've still got. I know
Aberdeen played twice, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got Aberdeen to play twice. They've got
Livingston, who's on a roll, to play twice. Just don't see it happening. But anyway, speaking of Livingston, they are catching up. Could they maybe try and get a top 4 spot this year? I mean, probably doubt they would catch Aberdeen.
I think with their plastic pitch, they would legit stand the best chance in Europe.
Arguably, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Livingston catch Hibs. Hibs have been a wee bit rocky.
Yeah, been a bit pish.
I mean, they did end that 3-game losing streak there with a draw against Celtic, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Livingston end up finishing above Hibs at the end of the season. Dundee United there look like they're going to get a top 6 finish. You got Kilmarnock, who probably should be higher than 7th, to be fair. I think they've got a slightly better squad than that. Motherwell are doing the bottom of the table in a wee bit of danger. But really, I think it's going to be between Ross County and Hamilton to see who goes down.
I mean, it's the same gap between St Mirren and Celtic that it is Rangers and Celtic.
That's insane to think it like that, isn't it?
And St Mirren and Celtic have played the same amount of games. It's not like St Mirren have played 3 more.
Yeah, that's fucking madness. Madness. Anyway, guys, that is the league table. Let us know what you think down below, and that is it for Scottish Recap Show. So until then,
Peace.